Hello, it's me, Reed.
Hi there, I'm Jennifer.
Welcome.
Welcome to another Faith at Home listening practice.
We're going to be doing Psalm 37 again, but verses 34 to 40. It's the last few verses of this psalm.
So, as we listen to these verses from the New Revised Standard Version today, we're listening for a word or a phrase that stands out to us or something that resonates or reverberates in us. And that's how we practice listening for the voice of the divine family in our everyday lives.
I can start. I'll read. So we're listening. Psalm 37, 34 to 40. Wait for the Lord and keep to God's way, and God will exalt you to inherit the land. You will look on the destruction of the wicked. I have seen the wicked oppressing and towering like a cedar of Lebanon. Again, I passed by, and they were no more. Though I sought them, they could not be found. Mark the blameless, and behold the upright, for there is posterity for the peaceable. But transgressors shall be altogether destroyed. The posterity of the wicked shall be cut off. The salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. God is their refuge in the time of trouble. The Lord helps them and rescues them. God rescues them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in God.
What stands out to me today is probably more an idea than a single word or phrase. It's that sense that there is legacy and posterity that grows out of our actions of faithful relationship with the divine family. Somehow God will take the wicked actions and mediate them and cut them out. But there is posterity, was the word used, and legacy for the good. That's what stands out to me today.
Stuck out to me was that mark the blameless, like pay attention and behold the upright. They're there. Sometimes you look at the news or something, it can be like, ugh. It seems like the world's in a terrible space. I mean, the news is like that. It often has just bad news. There's no
That's
good
what
news.
sells.
Yeah, that's what sells apparently. Anyway, but you can look and pay attention. There is goodness. It isn't all just terrible. Feels that way sometimes, I understand. But there is good in the world.
God is at work.
Yeah.
I wonder what you hear, what resonates for you today. We'll listen again. And this time we're paying attention for an invitation. What is the loving way forward for this day from these words from God for us? Now, we might listen to the same passage tomorrow or next week and come up with totally different things. And for me, that's one of the brilliant parts of this way of listening to Scripture that's so different from just a strict study of context and history and meaning. There are things that the Spirit draws to our attention, and we can listen for what the invitation is. So from Psalm 37, listening for an invitation. Wait for the Lord and keep to God's way, and God will exalt you to inherit the land. You will look on the destruction of the wicked. I have seen the wicked oppressing and towering like a cedar of Lebanon. Again, I passed by, and they were no more. Then I sought them. They could not be found. Mark the blameless, and behold the upright, for there is posterity for the peaceable. But transgressors shall be altogether destroyed. The posterity of the wicked shall be cut off. The salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. God is their salvation in the time of trouble. The Lord helps them and rescues them. God rescues them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in God.
Oh, I was listening to that. There's lots of things that come out, but I felt like the invitation to me was to come to God for a rescue, rather than trying to pull myself up by my bootstraps or whatever, trying to figure it out. Sometimes things seem intractable or difficult beyond my, no matter how hard I try to fix it. But to come to God, because God is there. God is always available. We're not left abandoned or anything. So that was the invitation to remember to come to God in my troubles.
The invitation that I hear comes both from the word wait and peaceable. So that for me, I can get all like, I have to do it myself, and I have to hurry up. And there's this like hustle and anxiety. But the invitation is to be peaceable and to wait for God to do God's part as I do my part, which is to trust that God will be at work.
What did you hear?
I wonder. We'd love to hear from you. Please drop us a note in one way or another and let us know what you hear from the Divine Family today.
Because God is speaking to you.
Thanks for being with us. Thanks for listening along with us.
We'll see you again.
See you again.